If you're watching this video, then it probably means that you know you're meant for more. You're probably between the ages of 18 to 25. You might be working a 9-to-5 job that you don't like, and you're looking to live life on your own terms instead. You want to make money online, you want to become recognized, you want to create a career for yourself without a boss, and you also want to change lives for a living. You've probably also heard about the online businesses, but yet you're still lost, you're overwhelmed, and you don't really know where to start. If that sounds like you, then welcome to this video because I'm gonna be giving you everything you need to build your personal brand and sign your first 5 to 10 high-ticket clients. And no, you don't need 100,000 followers, nor do you need a bunch of complicated systems to get started. All you need is one skill and one simple framework, which is exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you today. Everything that I'm going to be giving you in this training today is the exact framework that I and my clients have used to build our personal brands and grow our online coaching business around. I personally closed over $8,000 in deals in the past 4 weeks at just 16 years old. It took me 4 months to go from 0 to 50,000 followers and just 7 days to sign my first 5 online coaching clients. And for example, my client Sima was able to build a super strong personal brand. Since working with me and implementing all the strategies that I shared with her, one of her videos brought in over 1,000 people who were interested in her offer. And not only has she been able to do the exact same thing with dozens of her other videos, but she's been able to book 14 calls in just a few days and sign her first few clients in just 3 months with just a few thousand followers. So if you want to see how I could personally help you build your personal brand business and get these same results, click the button below to apply and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. Anyways, before we dive into this training, let me give you a bit of a backstory on who I am and how I even got here. My name's Meva and my journey started all the way back in COVID. As we all know, everybody was isolated at the time. And in my case, I started to really connect with the online space and all of these money-making opportunities. I started to have this dream of becoming financially independent, of traveling the world, of living life on my own terms and becoming the best version of myself. That's why I started different businesses like drop shipping, trading, before eventually starting 2 agencies which brought me nowhere at first. The first agency that I started was a content agency which I ran for about a year, where it got me tons of experience with marketing, with content creation, and with personal branding. Then for about 8 to 9 months, I started an AI advertising agency for local businesses, which kind of brought me nowhere, but it gave me all the experience with sales and client acquisition. Even though these 2 agencies didn't really succeed, it gave me all of the experience to actually get the skills that I needed to eventually build a business that would take off. And that's let me hear. Anyways, enough about me and let me show you exactly how I ended up scaling my personal brand and online coaching business and how you can do the exact same thing for yourself. Here's how this training is going to go in 3 simple steps. We'll start by clarifying your personal brand, building it, going over all the systems that you need to monetize it, and sign your first 5 clients from 0 with your personal brand business. So first off, what even is a personal brand? In very simple terms, a personal brand is your online reputation that represents who you are and what value you bring to the market. And no, a personal brand is not about becoming an influencer. It's not about being goofy, making TikTok dances, or making thirst traps. It's about building something around one skill that you already have and turning that into a business that makes money. We're not here to get everybody's attention, but we're here to build trust with the right people, which means that instead of having to cold call 150 times a day like I did when I didn't have a personal brand, the people we interact with will have already shown that they want to connect with us. That's because a personal brand is about providing value first. It builds trust and your clients will be the ones coming to you. If you've ever heard of the quote, "Don't chase, attract," that's exactly what personal branding is about. This is all about building a brand that creates opportunities, attracts the right people, and helps you make a living doing the work you actually care about. So remember again that we are here to build a business around your personal brand. So we don't want to aim to be a massive influencer, but we want to aim to solve a specific problem in a specific industry for a specific group of people. So with that, you want to be known for one thing. If you're talking about too many things, your message is going to get lost. So let's start by identifying what I like to call your unique value zone. This is about understanding your brand, your story, the problem you solve, the person whom you solve this problem for, and the solution you're providing. So ask yourself, What do people always ask you for help with? What have you done for yourself that others want to do? What do you feel confident offering as a service? What problem are you solving? And what will others achieve with your solution? This is the core of your brand, your business, and your offer. And to clarify your story, ask yourself, what was your journey like to acquire this skill? What challenges have you overcome? What have you learned throughout this journey? Your personal brand is what makes you different from every other coach. People connect with experiences, not just strategies. That is why it's super important to clarify it beforehand. Now, apart from your story, you want to make sure that the skill you're offering can actually be monetized, meaning that it genuinely solves an issue for people to the point where they have trouble sleeping because this issue in their life isn't solved. So here's a list and some examples of some high value skills. For example, copywriting, sales, marketing, fitness, artificial intelligence, life coaching, advertising, biohacking, and health. The list goes on. I know some people out there who help people with specific things like getting rid of acne, losing face fat, or even relationship coaching. Now, I know some of you out there might think to yourselves, well, Maeva, I have a skill, but I don't feel like I'm good enough at it. Here's the thing. You don't need to be an absolute expert in order to start coaching. You just need to be a few steps ahead of the person you want to help. The only things you need to be qualified as a coach is to simply have a high value skill and having proof that it actually works. So if you're a gym girl and you have a nice fit physique, you are the physical proof that your method and skill works. You are an example of your work. Or maybe if you have the skill of AI, you haven't applied it to your own business, but you helped another business owner get better results because of your service, that is also proof. If someone is just starting out and wants to learn how to play basketball, for example, they wouldn't go to LeBron James, who is at level 30, because not only would it be like $50,000 an hour, but the techniques that he uses are advanced. But if you are at level 5 and you're simply helping people get from level 1 to level 5, that makes a lot more sense. For example, even with this training, I'm helping you start your brand and online coaching business so you can get your first 5 to 10 high ticket clients. It wouldn't work for you to try and learn how to get to $500,000 a month if you're just starting out. And that's because the systems you use to get from level 0 to level 5 is very different than the systems you use to go from level 10 to level 100. You simply have to focus on helping people get to your level. Anyways, now that we've actually got our unique value zone, our skill, and our brand, let's package it up into an offer that actually gets you paid and that actually gets results. Now, a great offer is 3 simple things. Number 1, it's specific, so it solves a real problem. Number 2, it's structured, so it has a step-by-step process. And number 3, people want to pay for it. But be careful, because a lot of people mess this part up. An offer is not a product. It's not a package or a price. It's an outcome. You just need to describe your offer in a way that makes the result obvious and offer the right resources which will get your clients that result. You want to make sure that you're super clear on exactly who you're helping, what problem you're solving, and how you're helping them solve that problem. So here's a simple formula that you can use for you to position your offer correctly. The sentence goes like this: I help who achieve specific result in time frame without biggest obstacle or with a specific method. Now, you want to be able to get specific with this. So instead of saying things like, let's say, for example, you're an online fitness coach, instead of saying, I help people lose weight, you want to say something specific along the lines of, I help busy entrepreneurs drop body fat and pack on lean muscle in 90 days without cutting off their favorite food. Or if you're looking to become a copywriting coach, instead of saying, I help people with copywriting, you want to be able to say, I help creators double their funnel conversion in 90 days with AI-powered copy. Now, the last step is obviously having the right way to deliver results for your clients. There's so many ways that you can actually offer a solution, but when you're first starting out, one-on-one coaching is the best option you can go for. You're simply giving the right proven framework for your clients to use to truly get results for themselves. And by coaching them one-on-one, you guide them side by side along the way as well. The reason why one-on-one coaching is so powerful when you're first starting out is because you are working closely with your client to make sure they truly get results. And on the other hand, it's high ticket, meaning you can charge thousands of dollars for your coaching service. Now that we've clarified your personal brand and your offer, it's time to build it right. And the strategies I'm about to share with you are the same strategies that I use to grow my personal brand. The first step for this is actually optimizing your profile and making sure that from the second people see your social media, they need to be able to know who you help, what you help them with, and how you help them. Your Skilled is positioned as a solution. Content is how you build trust, but not just any content. You need to be creating content that speaks directly to the person who needs your help. This is where most people go wrong. They create content to impress their peers instead of actually helping potential clients. So when you're creating content, you need to focus on what your ideal client is struggling with, the mistakes that they're making, the process that you use to fix that problem, and also showcasing real results and case studies. You don't need to entertain, you just need to educate and build authority. I personally suggest to use TikTok and Instagram or even YouTube as well to post content and build an audience for your personal brand. Apart from this, I need you to remember that even though I'm giving you the ultimate step-by-step guide, the most important thing for you is to stay consistent with this. It's to genuinely never miss a day with your content. And in fact, the more you post, the more accounts you reach, the more traffic you get, and eventually the more leads you get. Even though I hit 55,000 followers, the main goal here is not to become a massive influencer, because remember, you're an entrepreneur. You're using social media to build your personal brand so you can bring in the right clients. So for you to bring in those clients, for you to actually turn your views into leads and eventually into clients who pay, that's where step 3 comes in. All you need to be able to monetize your personal brand and sign clients is content that builds trust and conversations that turn into clients. This is the part most people skip. They post content, wait for likes, and hope that people buy. But content alone doesn't close deals. Conversations do. Like I mentioned before, you want to be posting content that sells for you. If your content speaks directly to your ideal client's struggle, they'll engage with you. With every single person that comments, you want to reply to every single one of them. To every single person that DMs you, you want to make sure that you reply to every single one of them. As you continue to stay consistent and start getting traffic in, here's how we're actually going to convert these leads into intentional buyers, and it's much simpler than you think. Start conversations. Ask questions, listen, see if they're in a situation where you can actually help them and get them to where they want to be. Once they admit that they actually want to make a change within their lives, boom, you've already got someone who's literally shown interest in how you can help them. Now you simply need to offer to book them into a call to understand their pain points, their dream outcome, and how you can help them achieve the results they want with your online coaching business. Once they say yes, there you go. You just got your first client. Rinse and repeat, and that's exactly how you'll be able to sign a bunch of clients for your personal brand and online coaching business. As long as you have leads, you will never run out of money-making opportunities, and that is truly the beauty and power of personal branding. Despite everything that I've shown you so far in this training, there's still so much to go over and understand to truly build a solid personal brand business. So if you're genuinely looking to go all in on building and monetizing your personal brand by working with me one-on-one for 6 months straight, supporting you the entire way and truly giving you everything and all the strategies you need to truly get incredible results, then go ahead and apply to work with me below.